bit of a weakness in mid compared to Abrams. This has to be like one of the most parry-heavy mid games we've seen. Oh God, look at this!
Wow.
Look at this!
If you ask the pros, what is the best character in the game, they will tell you idiotic things like, oh, it depends on team comp, and oh, what time of the game is it? I call Croc. The only way to determine the best hero in the game is through a 6v6 mono-hero single elimination tournament. That is the only 100% fair way. Today's match?
McGinnis versus Abrams. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live at yet another game of the most amazing tournament on planet Earth. It is One Trick Championship. And we are about to see some punching happening. McGinnis and Abrams, very punch-heavy heroes early in lane. They do have that advantage. Those walls, oh, it's going to be such a fantastic game. Today, for our staff, we do have Auto observing, and we have Mimi Ninja being our new caster. Hello there, Mimi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. So, what do you think of this game? Who do you think has the edge?
On my way.
Long term, I think I've got to go McGinnis. I think with the Sphincter, the just heal, the more availability of builds, right? So gun can go a lot further, do a lot more. And Abrams, I feel, is just going to kind of get boxed in by the walls eventually. And that's kind of my big concern there.
It is a little bit of a problem. However, Abrams does have a couple of key advantages I want to point out. For one, it's going to be incredibly hard for the McGinnises to secure mid. Abrams is one of the best mid securists in the game. Normally, McGinnis is fantastic at it too because the wall can stun. And like 5 McGinnis walls can just immediately destroy me. Look at those 2 parries! Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we're missing it a bit. Oh, a counter parry, and the Abrams survives.
It's pretty weak, though. We'll see if he can get out.
Yeah. Anyhow, but yeah, McGinnis has a bit of a weakness in mid compared to Abrams. This has to be like one of the most parry-heavy mid games we've seen. Oh God, look at this!
Wow.
Look at this! I'm telling you, like, I think we're gonna see a whole bunch of rebuttals. Like, we're gonna see a whole bunch of rebuttals very quickly. McGinnis doesn't have an incredible amount of early lane power. Rebuttal is a very powerful tool for her if this is gonna be what's gonna be happening. Look, I heard the rebuttal. Yeah, I'm telling you, rebuttal meta. But yeah, we did see a lot in the pocket game too. The McGinnises had a huge early advantage in lane, just managed to quickly nail down those guardians, and then after lane things got a little bit more difficult. Abrams, where do you think the power spike of Abrams is, Mimi?
Well, I think getting the Siphon life up is going to be critical. Trying to close the distance on the McGinnises and just stay in it is going to be key. McGinnis, unfortunately, though, just has a lot of ways to kind of create space, especially with the wall or pushing people back with the ult. I think it's going to be difficult for the Abrams to actually close that gap.
Yeah, it's Abrams does have the big problem of not having that many builds compared to McGinnis. But I mean, like, we say that McGinnis has a lot of builds, right? But is any build other than McGinnis and maybe support viable? Like, can you go turret build or ult build and McGinnis and hope to significantly change the course of the game?
Well, I think it would be interesting to see, you know, if we get 1 or 2 players going for a turret build, those turrets will stack. You go Heroic Aura, that will stack, and you can have a massive... Got a lot of action here on the right side, actually.
I know, right? It's just we keep trying to talk about strategy and then things happen. Yeah, this has to be one of the most aggressive, if not the most aggressive early lane that we've seen. Rebuttals everywhere. Those walls are so good for zoning. Those double heals. Oh God. Yeah, it's just insane. Well, while we're at it, I want to talk a little bit about who's playing in this game. We do have a couple of the usual suspects. We do have Jeremy, actually, the second best player in NA playing in this game, and Double T coming back to protect his win from the first game versus the Pockets. We do have Aleph coming back, our Brazilian South American player playing in this tournament. Because by God, you know what I discovered, Mimi?
What's that?
Yes, so apparently the 10th or I think 11th best McGinnis NNA is Phantom 4. I don't know what this says
Really?
about NA or McGinnis. Yeah, I know, right? Because usually it's not that much of a problem for the vast majority of heroes. But we've been struggling to get McGinnises, so we're very thankful. We do have a very multinational coalition of McGinnises. We have a Polish McGinnis player in Versiak. We have a Brazilian McGinnis player with Aleph. And we have a whole bunch of Americans. I actually don't know. Maybe there's a Canadian there somewhere.
Thank you.
Yeah, a multinational coalition of McGinnises. Oh, we have a British person, I think. Brett is playing, right? Yeah, no, Brett is playing as Abrams. Never mind. He is on the Abrams side. But yeah, multinational coalition of McGinnises. They're all to protect her honor in this tournament. Yeah, those stunts are going to prove very, very good. McGinnis is one of the characters in the game most vulnerable to any sort of CC. We do see that she struggles a lot against characters that can stop her for a little bit because she loses her gun spin, she loses her momentum, she has a very limited amount of stamina. So that's going to be a very big advantage to Abrams as we head into this ult stage of the game, right?
Absolutely. I think there's definitely this middle portion where I think the favor is definitely for the Abrams. I just wonder if the McGinnises will be able to survive that and kind of take control of the late game.
Yeah. And we do see some of the interesting tech choices. One of the Abramses has gone Suppressor almost immediately. A very, very good tech choice against the McGinnis. It's no Rusted Barrel, of course. For people who don't know, we ran a game with the worst items in the game being used. And Rusted Barrel certainly featured very heavily in some of those builds. But yeah, Suppressor is just a much better item. It's not active. It activates automatically with any sort of spirit. Oh my god, look at this parry bonanza. Look at these rebuttals.
Certainly in the early game, the most important thing is making sure you don't lose your parry. That's what I've been seeing is the second you lose that parry, you've got two characters right on you looking to punish that.
Yeah, these guys are all Eternus players. They know exactly when to punish whenever a parry happens. They're not gonna like start farming or go away. They know their limits. It's gonna be very interesting to see, however, how parries are gonna affect the mid game. I mean, I don't think it parries that much with mid game, but Abrams is the punch hero. Yeah, like, is there a hero more associated with punches in the game than Abrams?
Let's have fun.
I think there's an argument you could make for Magician, but I would give it to Abrams for sure.
Yeah, I was reading this very interesting discussion, actually. I don't know if it was on Reddit or something, but it was like the most viable build for a character being a punch build is a sign that the damage nerf to the character has gone too far. The big examples that were brought up were the Magician and the Bebop punch builds, which are certainly the most powerful builds that you go for, and both characters that have suffered from a lot of nerfs. Magician still very, very strong, very, very prominent character. Bebop a bit less so. Not a favorite in competitive play. Magician still, though, very prominent. That Hex is just so powerful. But yeah, one thing I want to pay attention to. Oh my god, this McGinnis is full green items. Look at that, a rebuttal, a healing booster, debuff remover, reducer.
I like the debuff reducer for sure. I think that'll come in handy.
Yes, those Abrams stunts are going to be very annoying. I want to say that I think almost every McGinnis, regardless of their build, is going to go for weighted shots as well. Just to get
I think that's very probable.
Just to get more debuff removal, debuff reducer. Because if you manage to neutralize that, oh god, those McGinnis are chasing you so hard. Yeah, just to neutralize that Abrams advantage right there. It's just so dangerous to deal with these Abramses if they can stun you in a wall. And trust me, Abrams find it very, very easy to stun you against the wall. So, yeah. It's just being able to remove that power to get a heavy punch off of it, so
I do. Whilst
are you looking at this McGinnis build? Are you looking at this?
That is an interesting one. I'm seeing a few interesting builds starting to emerge here. I do want to point out Jeremy and King both went for an early Fortitude.
Oh yes, that is a Jeremy special. I've been talking with him a little bit about it. Jeremy is convinced that the best item for McGinnis is just Fortitude first item. I don't know if he did that this game, but it makes a lot of sense if you think about it. as McGinnis, you have the wall, which is a great retreat ability. If you keep in range, you just try to out-trade damage back to Guardian, and then just heal. You're not gonna have enough damage early game in order for bullet lifesteal to be a meaningful thing you do. So you just go for that fortitude, and then you're able to like stay on lane. Jeremy's gonna complement that with his incredible knowledge of where all the box locations are in the game. So he's gonna use that to his advantage. McGinnis is getting punched through hell here.
He's trying to escape.
Trying to escape. Failing. Oh, failing? Succeeding? Maybe?
Oh.
No. Jeremy hunted down by the Abrams brigade.
Abrams is missing.
You know, if we really had good modding abilities, we should have put each of the Abramses in one color, and we should have put the best Abrams as Green Abrams, of course, the most strong of the Abramses.
That would be neat.
Yeah, and of course, when all the Abramses gathered together at mid-boss, they formed Voltron Abrams when they were different colors. Yeah. But yeah, we've seen Punch McGinnis. Has any McGinnis gone Spirits yet?
Spirit. Bersac has gone for superior cooldown and extra charge already.
So yeah, more turret heavy build. I'm surprised they aren't chasing this. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Another
yeah,
big advantage, I think, for the McGinnises is they're going to be able to just shred objectives with all of these guns. I think almost all of them have monster rounds at this point.
Yes. A very, basically the most standard McGinnis item in existence. You could make an argument that you should go for something else, but the monster round is so good. You can dive into walkers, you can survive a lot of damage. You don't have the stamina to do anything other than that. Oh, wasted parry here by Azar. Is he gonna... He's doing for the light punch strategy. Oh god, this is so bad. Oh no, that should be it, right? That should be it, right?
I would think, well, now
Two
they
parries,
parry.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Never mind, I was distracted. But what was I saying? What was I saying before this, Ninja?
We were talking about monster rounds, how that's very
monster
standard,
rounds.
but...
Yeah. Monster rounds are just so powerful. We did see it in the Pocket versus McGinnis game, how the McGinnises, every time they were behind, they were behind like 20, 30k souls, they would just rush objectives and still be able to beat everybody, right? And yeah, we'll see what the error is going to be here that the McGinnises can abuse. I mean, we already see a walker down. Like, the Abrams
That
don't
early
have all
walker
their
will
guardians.
certainly help a lot.
Yeah. No, this is good McGinnis gameplay, I think. Yeah, it's just gonna be very difficult to see how the McGinnis Hive Mind can engage these Abramses very well. I mean, yes, of course there's the wall, but the ability to just dodge it with those shoulder charges is gonna be so valuable for the Abrams. They're like one of the hardest characters in the game to isolate, right?
Absolutely, and it'll be interesting to see. This urn has now been sitting for 3 minutes. Neither team seems particularly interested in trying to go for it.
Yes, who do you think has an advantage in an urn fight? Do you think it's the McGinnis?
Again, that could go either way. I mean, you have the McGinnis wall, pop a few of those, that's going to be deadly, but on the other hand, with the Abrams ults stunning off of the depot and things like that, it's going to be hard to contain them.
Yeah. And also it's a fight in a very open space, which certainly favors the Abramses. McGinnis is like those confined spaces where we can easily isolate the Abrams. But there goes Walker number 2. It is, yeah, it's just very, very difficult to see what the Abrams can do against this. Because kill-wise, oh my god, the McGinnises are actually ahead kill-wise. That's 7 kills. That's very impressive.
That is certainly a bit unexpected. I would think the Abrams would at least have a kill equality or advantage, especially now that we're entering the mid-game. I would expect that to close in, but the McGinnises are just taking a dominant position here with objectives.
Yeah. My theory is that a lot of these kills happen in early game. McGinnis wall is just so good at isolating. The parries have been insane, though. I mean, like, my god. Yeah, I mean, does every McGinnis have rebuttal at this point? I see 3, I think. Punch build McGinnis with Hunter's R. Oh, this is gonna be a funky one to see. Who's playing that? Is it Azar? Yeah, it's Azar. That sounds like him. In theory, 3 McGinnises could coordinate and lock somebody in triangle. How about that? What do you think about that? This is what our chanters are saying.
That is true. I think it's easier said than done, unfortunately, but...
Yes. They could go for flare points, of course. But yeah, the Abrams is... So, it is worth noting that while the Abrams brigade is, you know, 2 walkers down, they're only 6k down overall, so not a very unequal game. If the McGinnises are caught out of position, there's a big kill coming in. Those Abrams could easily make back that soul difference. Anyhow, Urn fight is happening just as you demanded. Urn has been picked up by Jeremy. He is going in. He stops it with wall. Good wall. I mean, yeah, the McGinnis wall is certainly one of the best Urn securing abilities in the game. It's very, very difficult to escape it. Okay, look. But yeah, we do have 1 pick coming from that, 2 picks. So yeah, losing 1 player for Urn's certainly worthwhile. And now we have to keep an eye out at mid. It's still too early, but those Abrams punches are going to start burning you a lot. Does any of the Abramses have max ult yet? That is the more important question for me.
No, none of them have max ult. A few have level 2. It looks like a lot of them are rushing, trying to max Siphon Life.
Yeah, Siphon Life is budget Warden ult, and it is probably a little bit better, a lot more flexible, given the fact that you can play it every couple seconds, instead of having to wait the normal ult duration, which is about 60 seconds once you get like everything that reduces ult cooldown. But yeah, it's gonna be very difficult to see how the Abrams can survive if one of them doesn't get mid doesn't get sorry, max ult very soon. Do any of the McGinnises have? Oh god, this is such a chaotic view. Do any of the McGinnises have max ult yet?
No, none of them have even leveled ult. One
no, sorry, I meant max
leveled
wall.
it
Max
once.
wall. Of course, you never level ult. It's a bad ult. It
Yes.
is arguably the worst ult in the game. Even if you're going spirit build, you max turrets first.
Yes. I see multiple, almost all of them have max ult, at least level 2. Noob and Versac both have level 2. The rest are on level 3 now, so definitely looking to utilize that.
Yeah, this is like a discussion. I've also been talking about Versiac, about McGinnis. There's this big discussion in the McGinnis community right now, which is, do you go wall first or do you go heal first? That heal first is really bad. I mean, look at this McGinnis right now. She's surviving 3 Abrams looking straight at her just because of that ult. Because of that healing. So it's just a very valuable tool in the McGinnis arsenal that keeps getting nerfed. On the other hand, wall provides that stun and that ability to zone people out. That's what you do if you're running away as McGinnis, but maybe a stand up and fight sort of McGinnis might work a little bit better. 3% heal of your life plus the 25 health per second heal is incredibly valuable in any sort of team fight. It will add, assuming something lasts like 10 seconds, it'll add you 30% more life. An ability that gives you 30% more life is so good. But yeah,
it certainly can't be undervalued.
Yeah. Anyhow,
of course, Abrams wants to be close, and so if you can stay close, get a lot of healing off, it makes it a much harder fight for the Abrams to win.
Yeah. But yeah, max wall is going to be so key, because if you get even like 1 or 2 Abrams picks... Oh, pause lock is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, pause lock.
Has to happen eventually.
It has to happen eventually. But yeah, I think the McGinnis strategy right now is get even like a single pick, as long as the Abramses do not have ult. I don't think any of them do. Yeah, no one has max ult yet. You just get a pick and go for mid. And you try to get mid very quickly.
I agree. I think that's probably the best strategy. And again, it's tough, especially now we're just going later and later into the game. The Abrams still haven't gotten a single walker. I think that's going to start hurting them more and more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not about the souls as much as about the flex slot at this point. I want to see, are any of the Abramses maxed out in flex in buy slots?
Headed to blue. Let's push green.
What do we have?
4 of them are maxed out, and Shimpy just buying plated armor.
Yeah. I think it's rolling bullets. I like that. It's pretty good tech in this particular situation. Oh, what happened?
Sorry, I'm having some issues.
Technical difficulties. Oh, something weird happened. Okay, fix, everything fixed. We're good.
I see Abrams.
Yeah. Anyhow, what were we saying before the tech issues? I think it's very important to see how the McGinnis is strategized. Their soul lead is almost 0 now. It used to be like what, 6k? Now it's only 3k. And of course, the soul lead, the later in the game, the less the soul lead matters, especially if it's the same amount. But yeah, McGinnis are being chased. Oh, very nice wall. Are you gonna be able to run out?
Be enough.
No.
I see McGinnis.
Yeah.
Definitely, McGinnis is going for a wide variety of builds. We see one support McGinnis, we see multiple gun McGinnises, a punch, and I'm seeing a lot of Toxic now coming up. I think Toxic is a very wise buy.
Is in the Twitch chat. Is he Twitch stream sniping? My God. Anyhow, yes, punch build is OP. No, wait, what build is Farewell Noob playing? Oh yeah, weighted shots. We were discussing weighted shots earlier. I think it's just such a good item. Because it gives, it has a lot of slot efficiency. That's the most important thing. It gives you a lot of stuff for what it does. Yes, it has some negative debuffs, but who cares? It gives you debuff reduction on a gun item, which is very, very good. And a 3k gun item at that. So yeah, I'm assuming that we're going to see a lot more of weighted shots.
I expect to see a lot of that coming up.
Yeah, just to mess with those Abrams stunts, which are going to be a huge problem for the McGinnises. Huge follow there. Sadly, that's 2 picks. Do the Abrams go mid here? The torrent of Abrams. Oh wait, no. A pick happens, counter
They're getting
pick.
cleared off of mid currently. McGinnis certainly has control over the center lane right now.
Yeah, but at least one person very low. The power of the McGinnis wall in closed spaces is undeniable. One of the strongest abilities in the game, without a shadow of a doubt. And yeah, it's just very difficult to see how you chase the McGinnis once he puts a huge wall in front of you. There's really no counterplay. Regardless, Walker.
That's a very needed flex slot.
For the McGinnises, yeah. Gun McGinnis really needs a lot of items. You can't really skimp on it. But yeah, no, it's huge. And the Abrams have like 1 flex slot, only from the Guardians, which is insane.
Only the Guardian flex slot, yeah.
Yeah. Very, very tough situation for the Abrams to be. However, it has to be said that a lot of the value that the McGinnis have generated is in those walkers. On the other hand, the Abrams, if they manage to win a team fight and get those 3 walkers, they're going to be 20k ahead easily. So the McGinnis are not in the greatest of positions. They're in an okay position. Maybe slightly above okay?
There's certainly some big concerns and question marks still open that need to be addressed. And I think one of those is we do have one McGinnis hard rushing, just straight gun items, and has already picked up armor-piercing rounds. So I wonder what that will do to the rest of the teams. Will they go for plated armor? Will they go for armor-piercing? Or will both teams just leave that alone?
Yeah, I mean... so plated armor is really good for gun apply effects, and we do already see a whole bunch of toxic bullets. That seems to be the anti-healing of choice, and you certainly need one against Abrams, right? Toxic bullets and decay are presumably very, very common picks. I'm actually curious, does anyone have decay from the McGinnis side?
I actually... No, there are no decays on the McGinnis side.
That's really weird, right? Because I've seen a bunch of toxic bullets, but I would think at least 1 or 2 decays would be very good against the Abrams. Just to stack up that anti-heal. Yeah. And it's like a good spirit item as well, which helps buff your heal a little bit. Is that...
It'll certainly limit things like Siphon Life and...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that a killed walker? Certainly.
It
It
is.
seems like McGinnis are trading flex slots. Jeremy has managed to get the last flex slot from the Guardian. Certainly a little bit easier now that you don't have to use it on shrines. But yeah, and also I think manages to escape. God, Jeremy proving why he's one of the top NA players. Or did he escape?
Sure.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
Certainly a strong performance so far, and it's very interesting to kind of see just these stat lines. It's much more even for the Abrams side, while the McGinnis, Sarara is doing a lot for the team, going 11 kills, 4 deaths, and 5 assists.
Yeah. He is the top South American McGinnis. I actually asked the community because I was looking for people, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's all he does. He only plays McGinnis." Some of these players play other characters. Nope, that guy only plays McGinnis, which is it gives you a lot of time to master the most difficult character to play in the game. McGinnis is certainly a lot weaker than she should be, but yeah, look at those warp stones and shadow weave. That's a very interesting. What do you think about shadow weave here from the Abrams?
It's an interesting buy. I don't know if it'll quite be worth the 6,400 buy. I worry that it'll be difficult to use effectively. I think McGinnis's will just have too much counterplay around that.
Yeah. No, but this is what we were talking about a little bit earlier. The Abrams are slowly whittling down on these walkers, and they're already a little bit ahead. Almost 10k. Not an insignificant amount, even this late in the game. And yeah, that's another walker down. The McGinnis are slowly losing the plot. Is that the correct expression? I hope it is. But yeah, we shall see.
Abrams are definitely kind of coming into their own now. In the past, for at least past 8 minutes or so, I've seen it very hard for the Abrams to pick off a single McGinnis on a 1v1. I think McGinnis has a clear advantage there. And now the Abrams are kind of getting their damage numbers up, and they can start taking those 1v1 fights more comfortably. I think that'll be key in kind of trying to get these picks and trying to open up mid.
Yeah, it's going to be very important. I am trying to see if there's more weighted shots coming in. But yeah, Healing Temple here for one of the McGinnises. I think it's a really good item overall for McGinnis. That fire rate is so valuable, and you can very easily get it via your healing grenades, stuff like Mystic Regen if they have it. I doubt they do have it, but still. Another pause lock, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute.
Looking at the map here, it'll be interesting to see how this urn plays out. McGinnis, I think, is in a favorable position. A lot of the Abrams are kind of caught out on the far side of the map. If they do, in fact, push this, it'll be interesting to see if they know where those Abrams are or not, and see if they go for this.
Yeah, it's going to be just very, very difficult to see this happening. We've discussed how the wall is one of the best mids. Mid too, but specifically urn securing abilities in the game. The aerial advantage of Abrams certainly a bit reduced when you have walls surrounding your McGinnis. But yeah, we'll see what the McGinnises are going to do. Jarvis banned Gun McGinnis. Gun McGinnis is a disgusting amount of damage. I pity them. Yeah, can we look at the DPS of all the McGinnises, Otto? So what do we have? 300, 358, 220, 173. I mean, that's still 350 DPS is a very significant amount of DPS. Have any of the McGinnises opted for Siphon Life, Ninja?
I see Abrams.
No, I don't see any Siphon Lives. The only thing that's somewhat close is just for absolute survival. I do see a Vamp Burst.
Yeah, but very
Siphon
different
not
goals.
happening yet.
I mean, Siphon Life is about whittling down the health of your opponents in the long run, right? Especially with the Ricochet,
Absolutely.
can be very, very valuable. Because you can just target minions and it'll still siphon somebody's life somewhere. It
I
is,
would
in
not
a
be
way,
super
Spirit
surprised.
Leech, if you think about it really, really hard. And it's true damage at that too. So very strong item. Surprised we haven't seen that much of it. Yeah, but these big fights and the McGinnises are isolated into a wall, and there's just 4 McGinnises targeting you. It's just so difficult to target these McGinnises and engage them.
Yeah, that's certainly where the Abrams need to be careful, not get sectioned off from the rest of their team and not get boxed in by these McGinnises. It's certainly a clear death sentence.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just very, very tough to see. And the second McGinnis Abrams pick, is this where one goes mid? That's the important question. Do we have max?
Noob is calling for it.
Okay, we have one call for mid.
Ready to use wall.
We have wall. Okay, yeah, it seems like the McGinnises are weary. What, do the Abrams have max ult yet? Do any of the alive Abrams have max ult?
Yes, we have 4 max ults currently.
Yeah, I mean, without an unstoppable, it's just gonna be so hard to engage mid. You have to really zone out the Abrams if you're gonna do that. And the McGinnis don't have any unstoppables yet, right? Okay, big pick, huge pick there.
And here's the turret build McGinnis. See 4 turrets sitting there.
This is also the pause lock build McGinnis. It's 4 pause locks sitting there. But yeah, I don't know. Turret seems okay, but I like the fact that turrets now last a lot longer, but they're still nowhere close to having enough damage for them to be impactful. Mid is being forced. We do see it on the map here. There are no Abrams around. This will be a really safe mid. Wall's probably going to be put in just in case. But yeah, the McGinnis have managed to secure mid.
And a lot of damage being done to the Abrams here on this right side fight. If they can clean here, it's going to take a lot of health out of that patron.
Yeah. We shall see. We shall see. Nice light punch, and Basileus is down. Now the question is, what do you do? Do you go in and try to get shrines here? Yes, you do. You melt them immediately as McGinnis. Do you try to go for another
here's the
pick
gun
before you do
advantage.
that? Yeah, no. Another pick. Oh yeah, the Abrams are slowly dissolving. This is not a good sight for the Abrams.
No, and 2 with very large timers that taking this patron isn't going to lower long enough. I wonder if they do stay, especially if they get this pick here.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Yeah, they do certainly stay with 1 pick, all the walls. They're going to use the walls to just block the Abrams says, force the ults out, and that is game probably, right? Yes, it is. GG, McGinnises have it.
McGinnis OP? Well, not the patch this game was recorded on. Anyhow, stay tuned for the next One Trick Championship games. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good day.